What is up? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. And this Caitlin Clark injury leaves WNBA Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie speculating and saying the exact same things that I have been saying, okay, and probably you now. And that is that as much as we want to see it, man, Caitlin Clark may not be coming back this season. Maybe Caitlin Clark knows that she won't be coming back this season. And I get it, guys. You know, the practice videos, her at the shoot around, her slowly revving it up, Stephanie White coming out here giving you guys the same old play every game day. The headlines are, will Caitlin Clark play today? Will Caitlin Clark suit up today? And in my mind, I have totally convinced myself why I don't want to see Caitlin Clark. I already told you guys that it's not worth, you know, her injury or re-injuring herself. And I've already told you guys why I think Caitlin Clark should be shut down. I think that, you know, her risking the chance of re-injuring something and or making something else worse that may even require like surgery or anything is only going to mess up the next season. So why? And Lisa Leslie seems to be echoing the same sentiments. Says here, guys, that WNBA Lisa Leslie shares this sentiment about Caitlin Clark sideline, which she shares during obviously her segment on CBS Sports. She could provide an amazing boost. But again, I'm just going to put my coach's hat on, my GM hat on. You want to see Caitlin Clark for the longevity of her career. I'm just thinking, me personally, I would not put Caitlin Clark back on the floor this season. Now, ballers know ball, okay? And we know that Lisa Leslie did a lot of great things. I didn't watch the WNBA, of course, guys. I don't know who really was paying attention when Lisa Leslie was at, you know, her top prime, you know, taking over everything, man. But we all heard of Lisa Leslie. So I like to think that she knows a thing or two about women's basketball. And what I've seen are a lot of angry women go at Caitlin Clark. I've seen the hard fouls. I've seen the referee turn a blind eye, right? Caitlin Clark doesn't get as many free throws as a superstar player should. There are no Caitlin Clark rules advocated to help her. Also, guys, with the playoffs nearing, in my opinion, does it really make sense to bring Caitlin Clark back and to throw her into the fire? Because there is no practice, right? Practice is practice, but there is no revving it up until you actually are in the game. And if you play sports, if you watch sports, you always come back rusty. You can feel like you're ready. You can feel like you're 100%. You can feel like that. But one thing we know, okay, a groin injury is nothing to play with, okay? Because you never know when it's fully gone or if it's fully gone, right? I've had a groin injury, and I told you guys, man, it took me about 6 months to literally get over that thing. I kept working out. I kept running. And what would happen was it would hurt in the beginning, but during, I wouldn't feel it. Afterwards, I really would, especially when I would get out of the shower or from soaking in the tub and I would relax for the rest of the night. It just was uncomfortable. And I don't think that it really makes sense at this point to bring Caitlin Clark in at the last minute when competition is about to rev up like never before. And we see, and I thought, guys, that the Seattle Storm would beat the Indiana Fever, but we see that the Indiana Fever are holding their own. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, who knows? Maybe Caitlin Clark is 100%. Maybe she really feels like she can go. Who am I to say that? But based off of the history of a growing man, I don't know. You guys might feel a little different, but I definitely agree with what Lisa Leslie said, and you're definitely going to want her for the foreseeable future. Could you imagine if Caitlin Clark goes out there and she ruptures something else, or because she's compensating on one side of her body versus the other, something else get pulled, ripped, or torn? I mean, they're going to literally, Coach White may be out of a job. The general manager, the whole Indiana Fever organization they are going to never hear the last of that. They're never going to hear the last of it, especially if it's something that derails Caitlin Clark's return in the following season. It's not going to be good. Like, not at all. So yes, guys, I do think that Lisa Leslie she's just spitting facts. She's a Hall of Famer. I like to think that she knows what it takes to be in game shape versus fresh off of an injury. I mean, seriously, they picking up Caitlin Clark from the beginning of the court to the end of the court. Is Caitlin Clark truly ready for this? Even if she's off the ball, is she really ready for this? I don't think so. What I do think is that she's going to get out there and have a sense of pride about herself and overly compensate something and make things worse than what they already are. I truthfully do. The WNBA doesn't want Clark, so they are happy to let her rest and not potentially mess up the way they would like to see the season playoffs championship go. Now, how many of you guys agree with that? That they are happy to let her rest? I know that, Jason Whitlock, and I made a video about this, he was alluding to the fact that they're trying to push Paige Beckers for the most part. I think that the WNBA could also be testing to see, hey, while Caitlin Clark is down, who else can we promote? Who else can give us this it factor? Who else can galvanize the league, right? When a superstar talent like Caitlin Clark goes down? And the answer is no one, because Caitlin Clark has a very loyal fan base. Caitlin Clark has a very distinctive personality that just makes people support her. It's something that really just can't be taught. Waited 8 months just to see her play with Sophie. So disappointing. So many records she was going to continue to break. Hopefully she keeps Sophie and both can start fresh next season. I think at this point, man, Sophie has made herself a house commodity. I mean, the personality. Then again, she is getting fined because she is telling the truth about a lot of the things that we already speculate. So who knows? I think that at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is going to be there for a long time. Sophie seems to have other endeavors outside of basketball. I saw her post like her booty cheeks out, stuff like that on Instagram, man. So I think she'll be just fine. But yeah, seeing them together, it was okay. I mean, I like the fact that Sophie Cunningham, stood up for her against the Marina Marbury or whatever her name is situation. I like the fact that Sophie Cunningham is pretty much like this. She has this energy, this protective energy that really, really galvanizes the team and really helps them fight, even more. So I do like that. Will they keep her? I don't know. Mute her mic. I don't understand why people want this though. Like, why wouldn't you guys want to hear the truth? Because the moment something happens to Caitlin Clark, you guys are going to say, why did y'all have her out there in the first place? But, fans are fans. I will leave it up to Caitlin. She is smart and can consider the medical advice she is getting and decide for herself. Now, do I think Caitlin Clark wants to be out there? A part of me does. But when I hear someone like Sophie Cunningham on her podcast say, if this was not the WNBA, she would be playing, it makes me think about other things. Like, okay, is she good to go? I mean, like, is she like all the way healed? Is she healthy? Like, what's stopping her? Is it mental? It's a lot of things to speculate here in this season. Definitely is, especially with the WNBA lockout that could be looming. I made the video where they said they're going to extend past the deadline because the WNBA, they know that they can't risk a shutout. Even if Caitlin Clark is on the court, on the bench, she needs that type of visibility to continue to grow the game at this point. I don't know, guys. I'm going to keep telling you guys I don't know. And I don't believe that she will be coming back until I see her literally dressed and on the court. I saw one game where she got dressed and they told her to turn around or something, and she went and got back in her street clothes. I saw the practice videos. I did make a video about that, but I just don't know, especially with how aggressive these women are and how these other coaches, teams, and referees literally let anything happen to Caitlin Clark before they even think about a whistle. So I happen to agree with Lisa Leslie. You guys let me know what y'all think, man. As bad as I want to see Caitlin Clark, I think at the end of the day, her health is priority and the longevity of Caitlin Clark is priority. Let me know, guys, in the comment section what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.